Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a quick take a quick look at VirtuShot. Now, if you don't know what this is, VirtuShot is actually a mobile app that tracks rifle movements and detects dry firing. So this enables you to do realistic shooting practice with like 100+ ranges, levels, games. Everything in this system has stuff like steel challenges, gallery shooting, zombie shooting, insurgents, and hunting, and a lot of other stuff. And their app is constantly updating with new stuff and new equipment. So that's pretty much an overview of what VirtuShot is. And just as a real quick thing, it actually cost, as of right now, this particular model here was $97 USD. Not sure what it's gonna run outside the United States, but you can check it out on their website. $97 for this mount and application. Now, when I say that, what I'm meaning is the VirtuShot's mobile app. It's a free app to download. However, you cannot use it until you get their access code, which is provided with their mount and their kit. So all that being said, I know that there's a lot of, I read a lot of reviews online from other people that were upset that you couldn't use the app for free and just make your own mount. Now, I'm going to kind of get into that a little bit in the video, but just kind of give you guys a heads up of where this is at. If you're looking to get a VirtuShot, you will be paying $97, and that includes access to their app, their mobile app, and their mount. All right, so now let's get this thing cracked open so you can see exactly what you're going to get when you purchase your VirtuShot. So VirtuShot has 3 different types of mounts for their system. Their first mount, which is their original mount, which is what this is, as you can see, that's exactly how it comes in the bag or in the box. And it comes with a quick startup guide. And in this startup guide, there is a access code, which I am going to cover up here. You get an access code right there. And then with that access code, that gives you access to their application, which, mind you, it is amazing. I got to play with this. It's pretty fun. All the videos make it look good. And if you are a real steel shooter, or even just somebody who plinks with air guns or whatever, as long as you shoot firearms, this product is definitely something you want to check out. And the reason for it is because it allows you to practice dry fire shooting. Dry fire shooting, if you don't know, is when you take your firearm here, and you actually holster, draw, point, and click. There's an audible click, and that produces a simulation of a firing of a round being fired out of your firearm. Now, how I've been practicing for a long time now is with this Mantis system or laser training systems. So I can do a whole video on that, but basically what that is it puts a electronic cartridge into your pistol, and every time the firing pin hits it, a little red light beams up. So that is to indicate where your bullet would have flown, right? So as I put this forward and I squeeze the trigger, click, I pull the trigger, it shoots off a red laser beam that tells me exactly where that bullet would have gone. And it's, it helps to save you money with practice shooting. All right, so all that being said, there is a limit to laser training, and it's limited to what you can do on the paper or whatever applications is out there for laser cartridge training. However, what VirtuShot has done is they kind of bridge the gap between your standard dry fire shooting and and laser cartridge shooting, and they bridge the gap to actually take you into a digital range. So, in essence, when you are practicing dry firing and getting a good grip, a good trigger pull, a good everything, and you're practicing your fundamentals of shooting, you are able to do it in a virtual reality world with your particular firearm, so everything is muscle memory. Now, this system was designed by an Australian military personnel. I'm not sure if they're special forces or what, but when you go to their website, you can check it out. They go through the story and history on why they brought this system. If you've been checking out virtual reality shooting or simulated environmental shooting, which a lot of police officers practice, a lot of military use, those systems can run you anywhere upwards, to $25,000. I think the cheapest system I seen was $5 a month, and that was Dry Fire Online. And there's a lot to be desired with that one. And that will allow you to utilize a laser cartridge, your pistol, and a TV screen. Well, I mean, that is great and all, and that's good. However, I believe that this system here, for $100, you will be able to do a lot. And I'll show you when we get into the app. Anyway, so back to this this system here. This is how it comes. It comes in a box, and this is what you're getting. You are getting a mount and an access code. So what you need to do first, this is what I would suggest you try to do, is download the application to your smartphone before you go ahead and make the purchase. Reason being is because you do not want to purchase this system, try to and then you wait for it, it comes in the mail, and then you cannot use their equipment because the application does not work with your phone. So to save you a little bit of time and stress, go ahead and go to VirtuShot on your App Store or Google. I don't know how Google works. I only have Apple products. So however that is, download it. And if it downloads to your phone, it will work on your phone. And then once you download it, you won't be able to do anything without this access code. So download it, order the mount that you want. There are 3 different types of mounts. This is their basic mount. This mount will mount to any firearm, anything that has a Picatinny rail on it. I don't know if I have a pick rail anywhere around here. I do not. Okay, anyway. So you're going to mount this to your firearm, and you will turn on the app, and you can shoot. Now, what's nice about this particular mount is, if you look on the inside, if I can get this in the camera, this has kind of a magnifying glass in here, which simulates a zoom on your, there you go, you can see the VirtuShot logo in there. So it brings up the target as if you're really looking down a scope. And that's what this cap does. Now, let's say you don't want to shoot with this particular cap. You just unscrew the base and simply remove the magnifier, and you can leave this on your rifle and utilize your rifle's red dot system. I'll show you how that looks and how it's all set up in a little bit. So my suggestion is, if you guys are going to be primarily rifle people, I would order their basic version, their first version, which is this one, because this will allow you to run multiple different platforms in the rifle version. They do make a scoped version, and they do make a pistol version, and I'm going to show you that. However, your access code to your app, you're only going to need it one time. If you kind of catch where I'm going with this. Once you get this application and you get the access code, you have 100% access to their app. And in their app, they allow you for either their standard rifle, which would be this mount, and they have one for what they call their sniper rifle, which is just a magnified piece that has a different type of bracketing that will hook up to your current scope on your rifle, so you don't need to remove that. However, if you do take off your scope, you can mount this right onto your scope rail and utilize this without having to buy a different mount. The only other mount that you will have to get if you wanted to practice, would be their pistol mount, because their pistol mount is a totally different design. However, if you're not a pistol shooter, then you definitely want to get this. But if you are more of a pistol shooter and a pistol person, then order their pistol mount, which I believe it just came out, and I think that their pistol mount is running at like $127. Anyway, so here we go. This is their original mount that they came out with, and what it does is, again, that's your piece here, and you loosen this piece here, and you can extend to your phone. Now I'm going to show you something. This is my primary phone. I use this for, everything. This is what has my app on it. What this won't do, though, as you can see, this is just a basic, phone case, just a bump case. Nothing special. It's not a bulky phone case. However, it will not fit in my phone. So even though this thing is all the way up and extended, you have to take off your case to put it in here. Now, maybe that's something VirtuShot can work on, is expanding this for the bigger phones. Again, this is a 10SX Max, so this is a bigger phone, and it doesn't fit without being outside of this case. So maybe something you want to check out. And if not, I will show you a quick modification that I did to allow me to use my phone with my case. Maybe something you guys might want to do. But anyway, that's that. That's how this works. And it goes in like so, and you just tighten this guy up. All right. So now to get to the application, as you download it, excuse me. As you download the app, it'll take you through their to their simulation group and how it runs. So how this app runs is, this app will run off of your accelerometer, your speaker, and your microphone. And what it does is, your accelerometer will move your scope or your sighting, and your speaker will give you feedback, and your mic will accept the sound of an audible click or loud noise to trigger the firearm in the game. So as you can see, because this is you will be using real firearms with this, follow the safety rules. Of course, if you guys are doing this, even with airsoft, gel blasters, whatever, clear it, make sure there's nothing in the chamber, because even a BB getting flown at your TV is not a good thing, right? So check your firearms, make sure everything is clear, make sure your airsoft is clear, your gel BBs are clear, anything that you're going to use this app for, clear it. And in order for you to continue, you have to agree to every single one of these check marks before it'll take you into the game. So here we go. So as you're seeing the game here, this is what you get in the game. So right now it's set on pistol. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to rifle mode. So we go to settings. I'm going to change this to rifle. Now rifle, we can do scope, no scope, or red dot. Oh, excuse me, scope or red dot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go scope so you can see what I'm talking about here. And we're going to have this on auto, because we have auto and manual. So in this section, what this is when you're actually using your firearm. So if you're using an airsoft, it's perfect for this. You can leave it on auto, and you can just squeeze the trigger as if you're firing, and each fire will pick up in the mic firing it. Now, if you don't have airsoft and you're running your real firearm, you will have to chamber around unless you have a double action rifle. That being said, you can switch up the seconds to how long that reload will take. So I keep it at the lowest seconds at 3 seconds. And the shot detection, I always keep it at the lowest setting, because on the medium setting, it will pick up and it will make noises. It'll take your talking, for instance, and it'll set off the gun in the game. So that's that. We're all set. And so here you can see that there's a scope now. So if we go to a range, let's just go to a open range so we can just see a basic target system here. As you can see, there's movement and tracking, which is your accelerometer. And let's the volume up here. Okay, so the volume's up. Let's see. I have a broken airsoft gun here that I'm working on, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna use the hammer on this to set off this gun. See, as you saw that, it picked it up on my my voice. So here we go. So if we're gonna aim, we're gonna pull the trigger. Oh, where's the target there? There you go. That's your first shot. Okay, now what this does is this mounts into your mount, and hold on. And once it's in there, now you can actually see. Oh, let's see there. So we can get you on camera. You can see what you'd be seeing in the scope. So that is what it is. Kind of hard to angle this onto target doing this. Oh, sure. At least you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So that's your magnified scope, and when you remove it, that's what you're seeing. So it really gives you the illusion that you are actually using a real scope in your firearms. So now let's just say, you know, you wanted to do zooming. You can actually zoom in. You know, I think this is a 3x zoom, 5x, 10x. I think that's the 15, 20, 30. 30x is the highest it goes. But as you can see, just breathing on it, it makes it move a lot. So you need to have your shooting postures and everything down to a T in order to use this. Which brings me to my next thing. These guys, because it was designed by a military personnel of Australia, for this one was, there is a skills and development section, which is awesome. So if you wanted to take basically free classes, well, I mean, it's not free because you paid for the app. You can get skills and development and instructional videos on all lessons, from firing positions all the way down to grouping and and trigger manipulation, everything, breathing control, all your basic shooters information. So let's just say we'll just take the first one. It's going to load a video that you can watch, and you can go to the range to practice said video. So this is the VirtuShot. I believe this is the gentleman who created VirtuShot.
The fundamentals of shooting.
So
there's three main principles in shooting.
So as you can see, they completely talk about it, and they'll go over it and show you the position you should be in on the ground, basically a step-by-step video on how to practice shooting and the position you should be in. And that coupled with this will improve your dry fire shooting to the point that when you get to the range, this will all be second nature. And it all comes in the package of a fun game. And you can do this anywhere. You can do this in your house. All right, so all of that going through the app. Let me set this up on some firearms, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, guys, so the quick modification that I did do to their mount, as I showed you earlier, the first mount wouldn't go over my phone without having to take my phone out of my case. I didn't want to have to do that every time. I like just leaving it in my case because it gives me a sense of security. If I do drop my phone, it's in a bum case, right? So anyway, what I did, how I modified their system is, I simply utilized a cell phone mount, which I would normally use for my video, for my video making, for when I do my YouTube videos, because I use pretty much, as I said, Apple products. So I'm using all my old phones and stuff to take these videos. And I had a mount, so all I did was utilize their base, unscrewed the first mount, screwed the original base on with their eyepiece, and it now gives me a cell phone mount that I can be secure in knowing that it works well. All right, so now let me go get the guns out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to project this onto the big screen as well, so you can actually see it on the big screen. All right, so this is the systems we're going to be working with today. All of these systems out here is airsoft guns, and the reason I'm going to be using strictly airsoft is because, to be perfectly honest, I don't want to take out my real firearms, and I really don't want to have to modify anything on my real firearms, because everything you see here mirrors the firearms I have in my safe. And that's actually how I've always been, even with my airsoft. I don't buy airsoft guns that don't mimic what I have, because that's the whole purpose for me having airsoft, is that way I can practice with said airsoft. I mean, with the exception of this. This one is a little CO2 10-shot revolver. That's the closest thing I could find to a revolver in the revolver that I currently have. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the AEG electric gun. And then I'm going to show you a modification I did so I could use a lever gun, which I primarily hunt with, is a lever gun with open sights. I'm going to show you how I set that up. And then this particular bolt gun right here is a airsoft gas rifle. So the bolt on this acts 100% like my actual L96. So yeah, there it is. Let me get this one set up with this. What I will do first is I'll set up on this, then I'll set up on the AEG. I'll set up on the L96. Then I'll go to the 3030, and then I'm gonna go over a custom mount that I did for this pistol sets, because I also do shoot pistols. And now, again, like I said, you need to purchase a mount from them in order to get access to the app. Now, this may go against them, you know. I'm not trying to cut anybody's line here, but I'm just gonna be honest with me, being that I already have access to it, and being that the system is a set system no matter what for rifle or pistol. You're just gonna switch it up in the app. You know, I just went ahead and made my own pistol mount. Now I'm just gonna go that and show this to you now. What this is a bracket. It's actually a riser, a UTG riser, that I fitted into the hole with a L bracket camera mount, which this was actually mounting into a I'm forgetting what I mounted this into. Anyway, this mounted into something. This parts was just laying around, and again, like I said, I do a lot of YouTube videos and filming with phones, so I had another phone mount lying around, so I just screwed that in there, and basically now that will just screw right onto this. Now the caveat to this mount compared to their mount, and the reason their mount will actually be superior to this particular mount, is that they actually have a built-in gas dispenser. Because if you're going to run a airsoft gun, there's gases that comes out when you're shooting, and what that dispenser thing does is it blocks and diverts the gas away from your phone. Now, I mitigated that by adjusting the height of this so it doesn't sit close to the chamber, and I don't use this on any of my airsoft guns that will emit a large amount of gas. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So anyway, so I'll show you how I run this on the pistol, so you can at least see how the pistol part works. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hardline this in, because I don't have a super smart TV. So I'm gonna put my HDMI line onto my phone, onto the guns here, and then we're gonna shoot on screen. All right. All right, so now that we're on the shoot gallery here, I wanted to show you something. We are on manual targeting system, which means it'll only shoot one time every 3 seconds. So as I pull this trigger, you'll notice in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see this thing turn red. You can probably see it better on the phone here. So as I pull the trigger, that is the time it gives you to reload, and then you can fire again. We don't want to use this mode with this gun because this is a semi-auto gun, which means we would want to switch this from manual to auto. Now that we hit it in auto, no, we don't want to quit. Each time you pull the trigger, it'll auto reset the round. Oh, excuse me. It's the reason it's doing that reload sound is because the gun's tilted. To reload your gun when you're empty, you need to turn it sideways. As you can see, each pull of the trigger fires a round. Reload, we'll reload that. So now, I'm going to get on the target and shoot down the steel plates. So that cleans out the steel plates. And that's basically how that works. Now there's a whole bunch of different modes in it. You can go hunting, there's zombie games, there's all kinds of stuff in this thing. And it will improve your shooting if you take the training, if you utilize the training that's in here and you utilize how to use this system, right? That will, and you utilize the system for what it is. It will teach you and it'll keep you sharp. It'll either teach you how to shoot, because if you don't know, they have the great tutorials in there on how to get you into shooting better. And if you are a shooter already, this gives you an awesome way to keep those skills up, especially if you can't get to a range. So all right, so that's that in the semi-auto. Oh wait, one more thing real quick. So if we go to ranges and we go to mechanical ranges, in this particular thing, they actually have the U.S. Army qualifications as well as the Australian qualifications. So you can actually take the military qualifications with this and see how well you do. So it says shoot. This shoot comprises of 40 targets in 4 scenarios. 1 point is awarded per hit. Pass mark is 23. All right, so that sounds simple enough, right? So adopt a prone. So basically you would have to go into the lie down position, and let's start it. So this is assuming that I'm in the prone position. Okay, we are on standby. And we have to find said target, which I think I need to put this on zoom. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Oh, there he is. So I hit that guy, and that guy was probably about 300 to 400 meters out. As you can see, this really does allow you to become a better shooter, because now you need to find guys. Mind you, I am standing, so oops, missed that. Anyway, yeah, so that's what that looks like. We'll quit that level there because I am in no means gonna pass a marksmanship test by not following the rules of being in prone. So yeah, there we go. That's that. I'm gonna get this set up on the other system so you can see how I set them up, and we can go from there. Okay, so we're back, and we have it on the L96 airsoft bolt action. So as you can see, you would actually chamber this back all the way, squeeze the trigger, make it fire. Very simple. As you can see, it's the exact same mount I had on the phone on the rifle. So again, like I said, if you have a system like a actual firing shooting platform system, that as long as you have a Picatinny rail, this mount will work on it. So again, here you go. You know, one mount, as of right now, I have one mount on both a sniper platform, a bolt action platform, and I had it on a semi-auto platform. Okay, so what I wanted to show you here is in this section, there's a bunch of mini games. Zombie levels, hunting levels, Black Hawk Down, junkyard. Junkyard is basically just as if you went to the backyard somewhere, somebody's back place, and they just had a bunch of stuff to shoot at. That's pretty much what that is. And I'll show you that with the other rifle, just because I wanted to kind of hit on some points with this. This particular rifle here, let's just go to level 2. Being that it's a bolt action gun, if you're hunting, it really gives you the okay, because this is on auto now, so every sound it will take, it'll shoot. So we're gonna put that on manual. So as you can see, you know, again, so if you're on a bolt action rifle and you wanted to go hunting, and zombies and stuff is not your choice, it's not your thing. As you can see there, we are hunting, and that is a deer. So, I mean, as unrealistic as it is, because we are, what do you call that? Because we are, you know, using a game here, the deer's gonna stand there and it's not gonna run away. Anyway, so there we go. We put on a double long shot there, and we'll squeeze the trigger. Right there, level complete. Reason it only gives you 1 star is because it took me a long time to take that shot, because I was talking. Anyway, so that is your that's your hunt level, which basically just gets harder and harder, further out and further out you go. There is skills and developments. There's a range builder. I'll show you that in the pistol section. But there, in the mini games, there's also things like, I'll just show you. So this is a zombie survival. So basically, you are on a rooftop with a rifle, and you are basically gonna wait and shoot a zombie until the zombies pop out. So normally that zombie's gonna come out right over there in that back corner there. I'm not sure if you can, so you can zoom that in so you can see that there. Where's Mr. Zombie? Well, while we wait for the zombies, there's a whole bunch of stuff in-game that we can start shooting at, which we'll do. Let's see if the zombie's there first. Yeah, they normally pop out of that corner. Oh, weird, that's why we're on 20x. Let's drop that down. And just like normal zombies, there is headshots. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, the zombies are right there. Oops. Didn't register the sound. Let's zoom in. There you go. So you got a headshot there. Now, as you can see, that barrel's rolling. As I said, there's a lot of in-game stuff. So once the zombies get to that point in the game, you're done. So I mean, you know, we can kind of take out Bozo the Clown here real quick, and the game will end because the zombie got in, and that's your time frame. Alright, so that's pretty much that level there. I'm going to go through the armory. Oh, well, since we're here, the armory actually will allow you to edit your scope and change your ballistics. So, editing your scope, you have 5 different scopes to choose from. I prefer this because this is actually what I run on my firearm, is a system like this. And you can change the ballistics. Now, right now I have it set for 223 Remington. And you can actually plug in, if you're a reloader and a shooter, you can plug in, here, let me do this. You can plug in all of your firearms information. Muzzle velocity, ballistic coefficient, bullet weight, diameter of the bullet, everything. It's in here. There is a whole bunch of different rounds that they do. I believe they have 308 Winchester, 30-06, 30-30, which I'll change the to 30. You know, in fact, I will put it on 30-30 right now, because that is what I will be using, and I do shoot a 150 grain, and yeah, that's inch bullet is 308. Yep, exactly. This is an exact setup of the ammunition that I normally reload for my 30-30. So I'm gonna go set it up on the 30-30, or on my lever action 30-30, and show you how I do this with open sights. Lever action airsoft gun works identical to the real thing. Pull the trigger, it fires. The only difference is I wanted to be able to utilize my rear sight with the built-in front sight of the app, so I could actually shoot this as if I'm shooting my real firearm, which in this case, my real firearm would be an open sight firearm. So to do that, I modified another mount to work on this. Now granted, you could just take the standard mount and take off the lens and adjust it here, but like I said, because I have all these extra phone mounts all around, I just went ahead and used it. So, as you can see here, I'm just going to mount this as close as possible to the front sight. And the reason for that is, you'll see the reason for that in a little bit. For this one, as you can see here, you can see a set of fins up here, right? So what this is a set of front sights, which I can either blow up, make it bigger, So you can see. So again, if you're using your AR-15 and you had only standard sights, you could use this and line it up with your rear sight and still shoot your firearm. So that being said, I'm going to set this up how I had it for my lever rifle here. And that is the beauty of this, is you can actually make micro adjustments to your sighting system. So there we go, I'm happy with that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and, oh, since we're here too, let's just say you wanted to switch out to a different scope ring because you're using a different red dot. You can just go ahead and hit it and it'll show you a red dot. This is why you can actually utilize your physical red dot with the red dot on this game. I'll show you that again in a little bit. But let's get back to the front sight pins. There we go. And that should be where I had it last. And because we are using a lever action, I switched this to manual. So basically it says shoot as much stuff as you can in your like I said, in the backyard. It's as if you're just plinking, right? So we're gonna just go ahead and shoot this bottle. And hey, let's blow up a tank. You know, we have a dueling tree here, which I missed. There we go. Yeah, let's see if I can zoom this in so you can see that there. All right, let's get the bottle there. Oh, missed that bottle. Oh, so that's the manual thing again. It's taking a little longer to hit that reload button. Shot that there. Let's go ahead and take out some of these guys here. So there you go. That's pretty much how I run my lever action setup here. Now I'm going to go ahead and break out a red dot and show you how that looks and how that works with this system. Okay, so I did not have a airsoft gun set up with a red dot on it. So I'm going to show you my actual rifle here. So again, I'm just going to show you that this can be used on a regular firearm. However, you will need to make sure that your firearm is clear and that your firearm is clear for one, and most importantly, and you have your settings on manual. So we're all set on manual. So I have to charge the handle every time I want to pull this trigger now. And I'm not sure if you can see on the inside how I have that set up. You should be able to see that little red dot. Now you'll see two red dots. That's because my optic is actually on. My optic is set and zeroed for a certain sight, for a certain range. So this way, I am not touching my optic at all other than just turning it on. What I am zeroing is the actual sight inside the game. So again, what we will do is we'll just turn that on, and then we can left dot, right dot, and you saw the little red dot bounce left and right. So what I did was I adjusted the red dot on the screen to where the placement is on my optic. Now this will work for real firearms as well as airsoft or whatever it is that you have an optic on, so you don't have to mess up with your zero. Okay, so again, we are stuck in the manual mode because we have no way to reset this trigger without manually pulling back the bolt. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and I will show you how we shoot this thing here. Okay, so I am now using my actual sights to take shots. Oh, I forgot that was the manual. Again, I'm loading faster than it's actually shooting. So this is the reason I really prefer to use an airsoft or something that has a gas system. Mainly because when I shoot an AR, I'm not going to be chambering and chambering and chambering and chambering every single time. What I want to do is be able to just put a round in, and the only time this thing goes dry is when it's empty. So I try not to mess myself up by utilizing my real firearms that are semi-autos on this unless I have a way to reset the trigger without having to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's take out that. Let's go take out that that bomb thing over there. Okay, so let's go. Oh, game over. So you only have so much seconds in the junkyard. The idea of this particular moment is for you to shoot as much targets as you can within a certain set time. And because I only hit 2 things, because I'm showing this video, I got a score of 132. All right, so yeah, so that is how you would utilize this in your utilize your real firearm with this particular system. Again, well, another thing that I gotta realize too is that my armory, it was set on a ballistics pattern for a 30-30. So each trigger pull of this would assume that it was a 30-30 shot, where now I would want to change that back to a 2-2-3. All right, but since we're gonna go to the pistols next, I'm gonna just set this thing up to the 9mm, because that's the only pistol caliber they have. And again, the ballistics is the match as what I would normally be doing. All right, so let me go set this up on the pistol, and I'll show you guys how to use it like that. Okay, so now that I have the mount set up on my pistol, as you can see how I have mine set up is there is no gases that will hit my screen or my phone, so I don't really need that particular protection for my version of how I built it. Now again, if you guys are strictly pistol people, you might want to just purchase the actual pistol mount for this system. But like I said, I do both, and I did not see a need to get the two. I would like to, but honestly, for me personally, I can't. The budget was just out of budget for a mount that I knew I could make. Anyway, but like I said, you need to have a mount in order for it. You need to order a mount in order for you to get the access code for the app. So either way, you're going to be purchasing a mount. The question is you need to pick which mount will suit you best before you go ahead and start tinkering things. My suggestion, like I said, is a rifle mount because it comes with that proprietary magnifier thing that allows you to zoom in on the targets for longer range shooting. Anyway, that being said, this is my setup, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this up for pistol. We're going to go to pistol, and we're going to go to auto, because we're using a gas gun, set on the lowest, and we're going to go back. So now what we can do, because we're using pistols and we're using open sights, we can go ahead and make adjustments to what we're going to use. So here, we're going to show you this part of the app, which is called the range builder. Now what you can do in this app is edit and actually put your own targets out there on the range and build yourself a range. So this is my little steel town that I made. So I got big poppers, steel plates, steel poppers, and a Texas Star. So we're just going to run with that, okay? And we're going to, before we hit start, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the front sight on this. Like I said, I prefer sights because for the pistol, I primarily will shoot sights. So as you see me lining up here, I'm still going to use the AR front sights, but you can see like, as I extend it, I'm actually going to use my rear sights to line up the pistol. So that the shots will be as accurate as possible. Alright, so let's hit start. We'll have unlimited amount of time to shoot. Come on. Okay. Here we go. And the Texas Star spins, which is nice. Tilt to reload. Come on, baby. Whew, we ran out of gas. Anyway, that's how you clear the stage for that. So That's your open shoot. As you can see, I took everything out. I think I do have some targets way the heck out there for when I do play with my rifle. And you just got to hit those 3 to make it go away. Now you can build you multiple stages, as much stages as you want, and you can actually get the training. So again, I'm just kind of showing you slowly, but in all reality, how I would really be playing this is I would actually be rocking this forward and shooting as if I'm in a competition. All right. Anyway, that is the VirtuShot on a pistol. Okay, so that is the VirtuShot system, the virtual shooting range, and basically my opinions on it. It's an excellent tool, another tool for the toolbox. Is this the be all end all to your training? You get this, and you don't ever need to buy any other dry fire training system ever again. Um, I wouldn't say yes, but I also wouldn't say no. That's how close these guys are to it. I mean, if this is the only system you got, just with what comes with the app, and the fact that it's so modular, from everything from pistols all the way up to rifles and bolt guns, I would say yeah, you could, yeah, honestly, you could say that this would be your be all end all virtual training system, especially seeing that you can utilize your own firearms to do so. And yeah, I mean, again, yes, a lot of people will say, geez, you're paying for just this mount. You can go get this mount and you can make these mounts anywhere. I mean, you can get them for cheap. True, and I showed you that I have done that. However, you're not just paying for this mount. You're paying for the years of knowledge from the guys who developed this, all their military background, history, and training. You're also paying for the knowledge base of other shooters that helped develop this, and you're supporting basically a veteran's business. So if you want, I mean, granted, these guys are Australians. They're not US based veterans, but to me that doesn't matter. Veterans are veterans. They fought for their country, and they do what they got to do, right? And this man took the time to help his troops learn how to shoot better for their qualification tests and all that stuff, and he is also helping the general public to become better and safer shooters. So check out VirtuShot. There's going to be a discount code. I'm working with them right now to get it. As soon as I get that in, I will plug it in either in this video when I edit it, or it will be in the description below. I do have an affiliate number for these guys, so if you want to help my channel out, go ahead and order this through my affiliate channel, through my link on my through my link, which is I'm an affiliate with VirtuShot. And again, I don't really put my name to things that I don't believe in. Now, I would never have requested any of that information, that how to be an affiliate, how to get a discount, if I thought this was junk. Same thing with the Mantis program system and the G sites and all of that. I want people to know my name as I'm not just some BS guy on the internet telling you that it's good, it's bad, or whatever. I actually use these products and I train with these products. And what I plan to do is make an actual video of me utilizing this product, and then actually taking it to the range and seeing how much improvement did I gain, or how much skill did I lose from using this. And I can tell you right now, right off the bat, I gained more information utilizing this system than I lost. And I will show that to you in another video. Anyway, so check out VirtuShot, use the discount code, and use my affiliate link if you want to support the channel. And that's that. All right, guys, any questions, comments about VirtuShot? You know where to leave it, and I'll check you guys later. Chee.